Hi everyone, and welcome back to Trade Precision. This is Tuesday, June 7th, and we've had a couple calls already this morning, and now here we just set up another one. This is a long on crude oil. Crude oil's been, you can see there's been some pretty good sized bars on this. This is a 5-minute chart on my Ninja platform, and in this demonstrations today I'm going to show another method of like trailing a stop. I thought I'd try something like that to see if to give us some idea, to see how it works out. I have no idea what's going to happen exactly, but anyway, we'll try that. We'll try trailing the stop a little bit differently. The Trade Precision live calls room, there's no password to get into it, and it's we offer a 5-day free trial, and it's open Monday through Friday. We start officially at 9 o'clock, but we've been doing some happy hour trading beginning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So if you want to come and join us, that's where we'll be. And that's where these live calls are made. We go with a 10 tick for our initial profit target, and the second one we're going to try to float on up, and we go with a 15 tick initial stop to start. And the first one, like that we're getting close to now, there we touched off it. Okay, so we got one of them there. Now we've got it, and there. What I done was I moved one of them to +1 and then one of them to -5 or -9. Now I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move that profit target up, and the second one is going to trail. It moved to -9, and now every ticket moves up above that we're gonna move up. The stop will move up, so it's an automatic trailing. That's something you can do on Ninja. So I thought it'd be something worth taking a look at to try and do it. The one thing I don't like is that the when you do it, it looks like the stop that I didn't want to move to, if only one fills it, the stop that I didn't want to move does move. But we'll see how this works out. We'll see. So we've got our first filled. Now our second one, we're like at -6. So if we get to 20, we'll be at +1, and it'll gradually go up from there. And we'll see how this thing works out. So this is a demonstration type thing. The trades are done. To give you guys another way of maybe you might want to take a look at trading. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to just show some things. I think the real key thing is to come into the live calls room and see the calls, because we do make the calls live, and you can see how good our profit targets are and how good our entries. It's really our entries are so good, and we do it without using any indicators at all. It is all done, and now it looks like we may end up like -5 on this second one, and so that like be 5 ticks total, for all that hard work. So that means it got up to like I think probably 14 or something like that. It got up to +14, and now coming back down. So hopefully we'll get out of this thing profitable on the second one. But really, come into the live calls room and see that live, we call support and we call resistance levels. We usually can give you plenty of notice. This one we had about 10 minutes notice, and we don't use any indicators at all. It's all done just by this one chart. I was writing up something about it today, and we don't need a black box. We don't need anything. And the thing I was saying really is, like, what do floor traders have? They don't have 13 monitors. We're getting up a little bit. We got up a little bit higher. We're almost up to 20 ticks. We must be up to 17. There, we got up over 20 ticks. So now we're +3 on the second one, and now we're +5, moving up. So I'm going to move this thing up some more, and see where it ends up. And that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to keep on, trailing the stop at -19, and see how we make out. it's just a different method of trying to get as much as possible. We're trying to get up to that swing high, but trying to lock in along the way in case it doesn't go there. And now we're coming down. Looks like we're coming back down towards our stop. So we must have gotten, because we're up about 9 ticks, so we must have gotten up to about like 28 or something like that, and there we got stopped out on it. Oh well. It's one way of looking at it. We tried to trail with 19 ticks. We tried to give it 19 ticks, and that's a real tough thing to do because you're giving back $190 when it's crude oil. So you got to think of what your psychology is and if you can do something like that. But just to show you something a little bit different, I'll try it on another trade now as we come up to that. Here we go. It's about an hour later, and I think the thing you can see, if you look at the chart, we tried trailing at 19 ticks and we missed it. And if you look, it did go up to the swing high there. It went up to 98.80 something, and then came back down and then went back up. And it looks like we're going to get there. We're filled on this and like that. The same thing. We're going with the 10 tick for the initial profit target, and then higher for the. We'll try to run the second one up as high as we can. And it's a 15 tick stop to start. Right now on oil and gold, we're pretty much going with 15 tick stops. And like I said, I'll try to run this thing up higher as we go. And you can see that's where we went on the last one. We did eventually get up there, but we missed it. So that it's the hardest thing to figure out. How to manage the trade properly. Because in that case, you're giving up, like I said, almost 20 ticks. So you're giving up 19 ticks, and that's hard to do psychologically. It's hard to, leave that money on the table. So anyway, there we must have touched it. That it moved up one of our things, and there we filled on one, and we're at -9 on the second. Okay, you see how we did that? And I'll try to move my target up even higher, and now we'll be trying to go to that higher swing high up around 99.05 or something like that. We'll try to be heading up towards there. So that doesn't look like quite right. It looks like I put it at -10. I meant to put it at -9 so that we'd definitely be positive. We'd at least pay the broker. But looks like I did that a little bit wrong. Like I said, I'm trying to come up with the best way that I'm comfortable with managing my stops. It's a very hard thing to do. We really feel strongly about our entries, and we have plenty of time to get into this, and we're working on coming up with just really the best methodology for capturing as much of the trade as possible. And really, a lot of that is going to be up to you. It's going to be up to the individual person as to what they're willing to do. So let's see. If we get back up over that there, we got 2 ticks above that. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we're at -8 on our second, -7, -6 on our second one. So it is moving on up. Okay, good. We're only -3. Not too bad. And they're at break even. +2. That's not too bad. So that's telling us that we made it over 20 ticks, and now it's come back down. It kind of looks like it's stalled here a little bit. It's come back down and hanging out right at this level, teasing me a little bit, and they're stopped out on it. Well, so we ended up getting 12 ticks on that one, and I don't know, we got about 15 ticks on the other one. I guess it was worth looking at. I don't know that it's necessarily the best way to go. We'll look at it again maybe tomorrow, or maybe we'll do something different. Maybe we'll just try, trailing like individual, 1 bar back or 2 bars back on this 5 minute chart, or I don't know. We'll just come up with some different ideas and see which was the best way that for that individual day anyway on trailing. Well, thanks a lot for watching today. We'll be back in the live call room tomorrow. Have a good night, everyone.